Your goal is to build 3 separate dungeons over 3 rounds. These dungeons are going to be invaded by surface dwellers. They're looking for gold, but can be defeated by traps and guards. At the end of the 3rd round, the player with the most gold will be the winner. First, let's set up the game. Gather all square tiles into a pile in the center of the table. Flip them all face down. For each player, fewer than 4, remove 20 tiles from the game. Give each player a T-shaped entrance tile. Shuffle the decks of map cards, invaders, and events separately and set aside. Shuffle the L-shaped tiles and I-shaped tiles into face-down stacks. Set aside the supply of various tokens. Now you're ready to play. You start with your dungeon entrance. You then add tiles to your dungeon. These come from a central supply. Let's grab one. All new tiles need to be connected into your dungeon by tunnels or hallways. The open edges of the tiles need to match, tunnel to tunnel, hallway to hallway. These are different sizes, colors, and textures. Edges without a tunnel or hallway do not need to match. If you choose not to add a tile to your dungeon, you put it back in the pile face up. When taking a tile from the supply, any player may choose to take a face-up tile instead of a face-down one. Everyone continues this process simultaneously until the central tile supply is empty, or if no players want the few tiles that remain. You can add tiles as fast as you want, but you'll need to build carefully to get the most out of your dungeon. You cannot change a tile once placed. Once building is complete, take a look at your dungeon and your neighbor's dungeons. Any invalidly placed tiles must be removed, including any tiles no longer connected to the dungeon's entrance. Many tiles will have features on them. These are effects that are granted if the tile is completed, which means it has no open edges. At the end of the build phase, completed tiles with features will receive tokens. Here's what they do. Each treasure chest tile will receive 1 gold coin. Having the most gold is how you win the game. A campfire tile will receive a guard token. Guards trade damage with invaders, protecting your gold. Each trap tile will receive a trap token. Like guards, these protect you from invaders. An ore vein tile will receive 2 gold coins, but only if there are 5 squares between it and the entrance tile. Cell tiles don't receive any tokens right now. We'll get back to them later. You've built your dungeon, prepare to be invaded. Depending on which round it is, deal out a certain number of invader and event cards and shuffle them together. Reveal the first card from the invasion deck. All players will face the same card simultaneously. If it's an event card, follow its text. If it's an invader card, draw a map card to determine how the invader moves through everyone's dungeon. The invader will start at each player's dungeon entrance and traverse the dungeon according to their map card. For example, this map card says the invader will take the path that gets them to the closest treasure. If there's ever a tie in counting distances, you get to decide which way to break the tie. Each invader card has a number of hearts, a number of bags, and may also have special rules text. When they encounter a guard or trap, return that token to the supply and the invader uses up one of their hearts. When they encounter a gold coin, return that token to the supply and the invader uses up one of their bags. This treasure-seeking invader is looking for the next closest coin. Each player is simultaneously facing an invader of the same type and with the same map, but their dungeons are different, so what happens is going to be unique for them. If the invader has filled their bags, they stop invading your dungeon. After resolving each invader, you may choose to rearm all your traps. To do this, pay a guard token or gold token from your board and repopulate all trap tiles in your dungeon. Once all players are done dealing with their card, Draw the next one. This lowly peasant is always going to take the right passage. If an invader runs out of hearts, they are defeated and stop invading your dungeon. You may place a prisoner token on one of your empty cell tiles if you have any. When there are no more cards, take a deep breath. You made it. Count up your guard tokens. The player or players with the most gain 1 gem token. Exchange each prisoner token for 2 gold tokens. Keep all your gold and gem tokens. Return the other tokens to the supply. Take apart your dungeon, returning all the square tiles to the center pile face down. Exchange each 5 gold tokens for 1 gem token. Keep the remaining gold. Time to invest in new technology to make your future dungeons better. Deal out 1 L-shaped tile for each player and 1 I-shaped tile for each player, plus 1 more. Your score is determined by your gems, then your gold. Players draft in reverse score order, so the player behind picks first. In draft order, each player will choose a tile to take. Once every player has taken a tile, each player takes a second tile in the same order. There'll be a single tile left over, which is returned to the game box. Your draft tiles will be available during the build phase. You can add them to your dungeon at any point during the build, and you'll keep them from round to round. Gem vein tiles will receive gem tokens, but only if there are 10 squares between it and the entrance square. Mess hall tiles let you relocate guard tokens to adjacent tiles during the populate phase, allowing you to create choke points. Each infirmary lets you bring back 1 guard token after resolving each invader, keeping your defenses strong. Once the draft is complete, start a new round, beginning with the build phase. After the first round, players may have gem tokens held over from previous rounds. They're going to need to protect those. During the populate phase, players may place their gem tokens on treasure chest tiles instead of a gold coin from the supply. Each gem token not placed on a treasure chest is exchanged for a guard token, which may be placed on any empty tile in your dungeon. Play a total of 3 rounds. The draft order on the 3rd round determines the winner. Most gems wins. Thank you for watching.